right, all right, all right, all right. It's your boy Astro coming at you. I know you guys haven't seen me for a week. I've been just chilling out, focusing on preparing for this class. I'm preparing for this tour. Also my class. I teach astrology and I do reading. So it's been like what I've been up to these past few days. Well, I want to say before we even start, I want to send my heartfelt condolences to uh, Keisha McClendon. You always see her on this live most of the times. Her mother just passed. So we'll give just a moment of silence for the transitioning of her earth angel for a minute. All right. May we see her in spirit world. She's definitely in great hands. She's not here to have to deal with the stuff that we have to deal with. In a way, I'm sort of envious. But it's never really easy losing a parent or someone you love and care for. Some of you've seen, watch you've grown up. She's grown up, and you've grown up in her presence, and all of a sudden you can't really be able to say anything to her other than if you go in a deep state of consciousness and you can speak to them, right? Yeah, because Keisha is really, really she's a focused and dedicated person, especially inside my life and you guys' lives as well. And yeah, don't worry. We gonna have a conversation with mom. We're gonna see what's going on one of these days. So y'all, uh pleasant afternoon. I'd like to say congratulations to you guys. You're here with us, with all of us, and that's a beautiful thing. You know, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. All right, yeah. So for those who are on my YouTube, as you know, the ones who in green, you guys are always, have a place in my heart as long as your name is green. You have a place in my heart regardless. But you guys are just exceptional. You're the ones who kept me floating while I was, in the trenches and getting ready for this this tour across the United States and I'm embarking on. I want to send a shout out to my YouTube family, those who've been here, my Facebook family, my Instagram family, right? My Twitter family. I just want you guys to know that I appreciate you guys for supporting and being here on the journey. This hiatus for 3 years now. It's going to be a beautiful experience, helping you guys to experience past lives and release the hurt, the emotions that you may have felt in those lifetimes. All right. Just want you to know. That's how it is. And I just can't wait. I can't wait to meet you guys, you know, to be able to do sessions with you and see all the amazing experiences that you guys are going to have. Like, you guys are going to have some amazing experiences. I want to warn you, though. All right. I want to warn you that you can only experience as much as your mind allows you to. And your mind can only allow you to experience based upon your freeness of your subconscious mind. That is very hard in a society that we live in because what we do is we're focused on our left brain, our rational thoughts, our education, our thought process, overthinking. And believe it or not, females are more prone to overthinking than males. This is why almost 97, 98% of the men that do sessions with me actually go into deep states of consciousness. And it's a lower percentage for the females because of the overthinking that is that's embedded inside your DNA. But there's a way to get past that. And that thing that we were blessed with, is called Hemisync. Now, the CIA used this tool to use their operatives to go into the past, the present, and the future. This thing I call Hemisync. And using this thing called Hemisync for at least 30 minutes a day can be all the see and feel. Most people do a thing. That's right. Seeing does not come before believing. Believing comes before seeing. So laying down inside my bed, a chair or sofa that I may have, and saying, "Hold on, Astro, I don't see shit. I don't see nothing." Then you won't see anything. Now, the subconscious mind, also the higher self, the right brain, will feed you information. So the moment I ask a question, for some apparent reason, there's going to be an answer that pops into your mind, and that answer comes straight from the soul. Now, the left brain, which is the mechanism of the human experience or the ego, would tell you, no, I don't think that number's right. Then you won't see anything. All right, you will see absolutely nothing. Now, if you were to believe whatever your higher self is saying, and you apply belief to those words or information that's being fed to you by your higher self, your soul, then you would start to get images inside the back of your mind, in your mind's eye, they like to say. And the moment you apply belief to this thing that's powering through you, the more clear you are. All right. Now I'm gonna leave a link on my YouTube, and I'm gonna leave a link on my Facebook for Hemisync. And if you're looking to do a session, I would suggest that you start Hemisyncing today. Today. Get your mind right. Most of you ladies and guys have a overload of left brain thinking as opposed to your right brain. So what I'm going to need for you to Hemisync. Okay? Hemisyncing is a binaural beat. You could put a headphones just like this, or headphones, or earplugs, and listen to it. It has a beat that goes from one side of the brain to the next, and next, and next, synchronizing both hemispheres of the brain, hence why it's called Hemisync. So be prepared for that. All right? Be prepared. If you're looking to do a session, don't say I didn't warn you. That increases your chances of going into a deep state of consciousness and seeing and feeling more. All right? I can assure you that this is something that you should not skip over. I cannot make you go into a session. Only you can do that. And because women are delicate beings and also very strong at the same time, your fight or flight mechanism could be triggered when faced with a situation like being either touched or molested as a child, or SA, like they like to call, right? And that can cause a sort of a shift of your fight or flight, and you could be in either fight mode or flight mode, which causes a sort of a disruption within your subconscious mind to be able to see through your superconscious mind. So definitely a plus for you guys to do the Hemisync. It's truly, truly important. All right. Now, it also will help you with your relationships, because most people are overthinkers in their relationships. So that's just a heads up. As you know, I'm gonna be coming to a few different places. Got you guys. If you're on my YouTube now, there's a flyer that I have on my YouTube, the flyer on my Facebook, a flyer on my Instagram that gives you the dates and time of when I am going to be touring the United States of America. Okay. All right. And I just want you to know what time that I'm going to be opening the books. The books are going to be open at on the 13th of May, 2024 at 12:40 p.m. 12:40 p.m. The reason why I did that is because astrologically, it fits and suits my rising sign. So, astrologically, Jupiter will be conjunct the Sun in the sign of Taurus. So, will it be conjunct Uranus exactly? Venus will be in Taurus in the 10th house. The MC will be in Taurus in the 10th house. And that's a pretty good thing when the ruler of the first house is sitting in the 10th house. That represents broadcasting, being able to get itself out there. This is right. So, as you know, I'm all about astrology. So, we are about to do this thing. All right. At 12:40. Let me just share with you how it looks. You know, I share everything. I'm just share the astrology around it so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. So, this is the date, day of the tour, and the time that I will be leashing or unleashing the books so that everybody can book. It'll be 12:40 p.m. The ascent will be at 19 degrees. That's 1 plus 9 equals 10, which equals 1, which equals the leader being first. The moon will be in Leo in the first house, opposition Pluto. You know, I'm not worried about that. The reason why is because there are other factors that are very much more important than that. Mercury will be, as you know, in Aries, but indirect. It'll be direct. In Aries, it'll be conjunct, widely Chiron. Mars will be conjunct North Node in the ninth house of Aries. And that's sort of a good thing when the rule of the ninth house is in the ninth house and conjunct North Node. That means going towards either a spiritual purpose or a higher purpose with intention. And then all of these placements in the 10th house, the Sun, Jupiter conjunct Uranus, all of these conjunct each other. It's sort of giving, it's giving. And if you understand what I'm saying, if you know astrology, you know exactly what I mean when I say that. All right. Now, so I got some questions. God, I call this exactly what is needed. Hemisync. Thank you. Yes, really be me is definitely needed. See you in New York. Definitely. Are you coming to Toronto this year? Maybe later part, maybe November, a week. Gabrielle, nice to see you. Oh, Nita B. I was wondering about the God timing. Yes, that timing that's what it is. All right. Hey, Trust, how you doing? Good to see you guys. And then my friend in South Africa says, can you do past life regressions online? I'm from South Africa. Hey, I'm looking to come to South Africa at one point, but that probably won't be until 2025, going into 2026. But it's going to be a great time. Also, I can do it. I can do online. I don't put it out there because I probably would be doing online sessions every day, every moment. But email me at my business email, and we'll go from there. We'll see how we can make it happen. Okay. Now, as you can see, I basically had something up here. It's called Neo and his baby mama drama. And also after this, I'll be doing Ask Astros if you want some information to your life and to what's going on. We will definitely have the ability to do that as well. Okay, we get a chance to look at your chart and see what we can do. But Neil was one of the first, like not one of the first, but I sort of took to his music from when I was like listening the first time, Being over the world. Na, 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 na. It's just something about his music would have made the hair stand on your back, you know. And I was like, there's just something about this guy that I like. I like something. I like this guy. He's a pretty cool guy, smooth, soft spoken. And you know, so in my mind, I was like, this guy got to be the Libra rising, he got to be the Virgo rising, or Cancer rising, and or Pisces. I was just looking at all these placements in my head, so I had to rectify Neo's time of birth. I don't know if you guys know what's been happening lately, but as of lately, TMZ went and did an interview while Neo was walking along with his two women. That's right. Neo has just came out about being polygamous. I mean, he was very private about it, but he speaks about it even more so. He's very private about his personal life. And as you know, I had to rectify his time of birth to take a look and see, like, what would be his rising sign? Why is he like how he is? But it's been it was a big commotion in the R&B community, in the that music community, where they don't want anybody to have this kind of conversation out loud, and he so happened to have it with TMZ, y'all. TMZ. So I'm going to share a little bit of the video that has happened, and then I'm going to share with you what happened after that, and then we're going to look at his chart to see why all this could take place. We're going to look at his natal chart and also his progress chart. And then after that, we're going to be looking at questions that you may need answers to. As you know, I take questions, 3 questions for $20. You can send your cash up to Astro Einstein at $ Astro Einstein. Your 3 questions to Leslie Demetrio Brown, your date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth. And we'll get to answering your questions. But let's take a look at the video that started it all. I want you to pay close attention to what he is saying whilst he is saying it. All right. And okay. And we're going to look at this. And let's go.
As an advocate of dating multiple women at once, being married before, what are your thoughts on legalizing polygamy?
Legalizing polygamy? I don't know. It's illegal.
It's illegal. You can't get married, but you can obviously have more than one girlfriend.
I feel like in the realm of love and romance, you should let people do whatever the hell they want to do.
Yeah?
Can't see how it's hurting anybody.
Exactly. Do you think it should be legalized?
Sure, why not?
Would you fight with the at the in DC with the lawmakers?
No, because to be honest, I don't need the government to tell me what it is I can and can't do.
Yeah.
Now, take in mind now, this man is just minding his own business. You could tell that he's not even looking at the reporter. He's like, listen, I just want to get out of this place. I don't want to answer your question, but I also don't want to be rude, because then people will make their own stories. So let me just say what I gotta say, so this woman can stop asking me questions. That's what he's really saying. But hey,
but if you wanted to get married to more than one woman, would you consider doing that? Or would you want to even get married to multiple women?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let it ruin my day.
Okay.
At the end of the day, the people I love know I love them and they love me.
Why don't you write songs about dating multiple women? You're always just like, gassing up one lady at a time when you're writing music.
The songs come out depending on the situation and the circumstance.
Okay.
Y'all,
this is the first time that I've been in.
Y'all heard her? Y'all heard what she said? He was literally trying to. You talk about, you sing your monogamy songs, Why don't you talk about polygamy? Why don't you sing your polygamy songs? And she's like, and he's like, listen, listen, listen. He really want to say, yo, I'm only singing what they pay me to sing. All right. Like, they would only let me sing certain things. So, this is the matrix. I need to sing what they want me and tell me to sing, or I won't make the records. I won't make the radio. He don't really want to say that, but that's basically what he wants to say.
Relationship or situation like this. So,
And how is
say
it?
that no songs about it will come to pass. They'll come.
I love it.
I don't force it when it comes to music. It happens naturally. It happens organically.
You recommend the situation you're in now?
No.
Why?
I don't recommend anything to anybody. What works for me might not work for you, and vice versa. So
Girls,
find out what works for you.
Can I ask your girls, would you want to get married with 2 women and Neo?
How you asking these ladies? You already know that these ladies are ready already. I'm talking about got their NDA signed. Listen, we out in public. The only way you're gonna be with me is if you shut your goddamn mouth. Don't say a damn word whilst we out here. You hear me? And put your signature right there, because I ain't playing with y'all. All right? I had some crazy baby mamas. I had some crazy ex-girlfriend, and I definitely have a crazy ex-wife. I am not doing this shit again. So if you were in this program, I don't care how kind of overbite you got. You better kick that lip, and you better put that lip back over, and you better don't say nothing. You hear me? You better don't say SHIIT. All right?
Something you'd be open to? See you guys. Bye. Thank you.
What city? You say, why do you think Neil was gay? I'm gonna tell you why. All right, I'm gonna give you an understanding why you felt as if Neil was gay. We gonna look at his chart. All right, we gonna look at his chart. But before we look at his chart, we're gonna look at what happened, because TMZ when imposed themselves on Neil in his personal space. He just went shopping with his ladies, and that's it. Guess what happened? Somebody got jealous. That's right. Somebody got really, really pissed off. And it wasn't the ex-wife, y'all. Oh, absolutely not. It was the jealous ex-girlfriend. I'm going to play a clip on what she had to say. All right? I'm going to play a clip on what she had to say.
Talk about. What did I ask of you? All of that is irrelevant. You calling the police. Like, I guess what? Over what? Because he want hoes over the house while his kids is here. Like, you like to have and weed, alcohol, mushrooms, and in the house while his kids are here. Everyone has asked him to stop, but he will not listen to nobody. You'll be next. Your stories will be coming out next. Tell him about the freak off, Diddy Jr. Tell him about the freak off. He calling the police, y'all. You know what you did. Your body slammed on the floor. Come on, police. Tell him the real you and why we're here today. How did the commotion start? What did we talk about? What did I ask of you? All of that is irrelevant. You calling the police. Like, I guess what? Over what? Because he want hoes over the house while his kids is here. Like, you like to have and weed, alcohol, mushrooms, and in the house while his kids are here. Everyone has asked him to stop, but he will not listen to nobody. You'll be next. Your stories will be coming out next. Tell him about the freak off, Diddy Jr.
All right. So as you can see, he felt a little. She just had to come to that man's house. And Neo being the kind-hearted guy he is, and y'all can see when I show you his chart, the kind-hearted guy that he is, he just was like, come on in. You want to come to see your kids, you come to see your peoples, and he's like, yeah. That was her moment to record him, to get her 5 minutes of fame, because she felt slighted. Because she felt as if, oh, yeah, he gonna run it. And she probably been like, and the crazy part about it is the sister, because Neil was one of my favorite, singers. The sister said that she was still bragging to people about how Neo was so head over heels over her. So she felt, you know, if Neo's so head over heels for you, how come he walking in public with two females and you're not one of them? Sometimes this is ego trip. But when I looked, I was like, okay, where in Neo's chart would show me all of this stuff? Like, you know what I mean? And like, I want to know what's the reason why he would attract like this kind of lady. You feel me? And I did a rectification of his chart. I had to go through his history when he was a child. So I did a little research on what happened to him when he was younger. I looked at his physical structure, and I did the age harmonic to see if the time that I set for him was accurate, because there's no set time for him on any of the social media site or anywhere. Time is unknown. So I rectify his time of birth. If you see any time of birth on any social media, you probably heard it from me first. They probably looked at this and saw this is Neo's chart. All right. So you can search all over the web. You won't get his time of birth anywhere unless you're on his live right now. I'm gonna share his chart so you can take a look at it. Okay. Let's go. And we're gonna look at Janus. It's one of my software that I have that I use. Janus. This is Neo's chart. He was born October 18th, 1979. That's right. Neo's just a few days older than me. That's why. But I rectified his time of birth as being 10:28 p.m. He was born Camden, Arkansas, in the United States of America. The reason why I came up with 10:28 p.m. is because of what I told you. Physical structure, events that took place in his life when he was a teenager, the time that he would have graduated, major events that took place in his life. And I came up with the approximate time of 10:28 p.m. This could be off by maybe 5 to 10 minutes. However, this is the most accurate for me when I did the age harmonic chart. Now, most I would say Cancer ascendants, people who have Cancer ascendant, especially the male energy, would give off feminine energy. Now I'm going to describe some some Cancer risings to you when it comes to the physical structure. Okay. So I'm going to be educating you guys a little bit whilst we get into this. So I'm going to go into this chart. I'm going to share with you. I'm in my website, this website we're going to be using. I'm going to share with you other persons who have Cancer risings. So you can take a look and we'll be able to see. All right. Give me a second. Let's look at this chart here. Go back to this, and we're going to close this. And let's go. As you can see, his time of birth is unknown. So we're not really going to look at Neo. There's a reason why Neo always wears a hat. And it's connected to, believe it or not, it's connected to the rising sign that he's in, the Cancer rising sign. All right. Oh, Lord, let me get back to these astrological placements. All right. So here it is by astrological position. Let's use this right here. Then we're going to look at the rising sign. We're going to say the ascendant in Cancer. And we're going to look at men, just men who have this. So we'll see the kind of men who have this placement, this ascendant in Cancer. One of those persons happens to be Kanye West. If you really take a look at it, there's a sort of a connection to how Neo looks and Kanye. Believe it or not. Let's take a look at how Neo looks in his pictures. Let's pick it up and let's take a look. There's just something about the questioning eyebrows of Cancer rising men. Okay. He has very, very few pictures where you will see his head. You just won't see it all because he wears a hat. Okay. So, like we were talking, we're gonna take a look. And oh, you can see. Let me share my whole screen. Sorry, y'all. Let me share the whole screen. Y'all can see what I'm looking at. Share my screen here, entire screen. Oh, look at that looks. Ooh, that's amazing. All right, so Kanye West happens to be one of those. As you can see, when you take a look at Neo's, where is he? Right here. He has the same questioning eyebrows, the same kind of nose. It's sort of the same structure. It isn't exactly alike, but you'll notice it about him. Neo, let me just Neo. Oh, let me just use that. And as you can see, it's very rare that you'll find he's not wearing a hat. But if you really look at it closely, Neo is bald plate right here, right here. That's a signature of a Cancer rising. Not all of them have it. The majority of men that have that dad vibes, okay, that ball plate is that Cancer rising stuff. Okay, that's the reason why he keeps wearing hats, because he don't want anybody to know that. All right. Do I feel as if Kanye did some sort of surgery to his hairline? Of course I do. Now there's also this sort of look as if they are crying or questioning. That's Kanye West. Then we got Elon Musk. I wish I could just, pinpoint we don't want to look at Bill Gates. The Weeknd, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Vincent Van Gogh, the Dalai Lama. You see the bald plate. Ben Affleck, I don't know how he got all his hair. At one point, he didn't have that much hair, but when you're in Hollywood, that's what it is. Robert De Niro, what you want to see is the questioning eyebrows. You see how, even though he's not questioning anything, it looks as if they are. Michael Jordan. You could see a little bit of the connection of Neo and Michael Jordan. You don't think a look? Take a look. I know people are gonna say, yeah, you're a black man. He's just like a regular black man. But there's something about the bald plate and being a Cancer rising. Mel Gibson also had a bald plate. I'm looking for mostly men. John Travolta. Hey, why don't you look at this? William Shakespeare. Also, as you can see, the bald plate. Stephen King. Let's look at some other. Oh, the Pope Francis. He also had a bald plate. Steven Spielberg, as you can see, that is clearly a toupee on his head. Nicholas, also, that is a toupee on that man's head as well. Mark Wahlberg also had a balding. I don't know about Pharrell, John Cena. All of the questioning, you can take a look at their physical structure, the face, and it sort of have this questioning-ish look. Guy, bald plate. Travis Barker, bald plate. All right, I don't know who that is. Neither him, he's pretty young. Right, so it's either one or two looks, and not every one of them have a bald plate, but it's a signature. All right, Genghis Khan. And this guy probably have a bald plate because he got that hat on. But that's just a signature of, that's one of the signatures of the Cancer rising is the bald plate. All right. It doesn't mean that every one of them have it. It just means that that is a particular thing. All right. That's all it is. All right. That's all it is. Now, we're going to take a look at Neo's chart. Like I said, let's take a look. Let's go back to his chart. so that you have a basis of what to look for. All right, back to this chart. Now, Neo is a Cancer rising. When it comes to relationships, that means romantic relationships, that means babies or baby mamas. That is connected to the 5th house. And every single Cancer rising, and whole sign house them have Scorpio sitting on the 5th house of children, of romantic short-term relationships, speculation, and gambling. That's right. That's right. Believe it or not, Neo attracts toxic short-term relationships. Women, because his Venus, which represents in a man's chart, the kind of woman he's instinctively attracted to. All right. Now he has Venus widely conjunct Mercury. All right. And it's in Scorpio. And his Venus tells you that he's attracted to toxic ass women. Women who are possessive, controlling, manipulative, but also very sexy. All right. He has that. And that's because based upon his chart, let me give you the T. Every Cancer rising, one of their skills and talents is they're great in the bed. That's right. Good sex. You can count on the fact that this person is going to blow your mind sexually. Okay? And the fact he has Venus there, Mercury there, and Uranus. And they asked me when I was doing this, I was talking to one of my colleagues over the internet, and he said, do you think what they say about Neo being both ways? Do you think that or what she said about, the freak offs and the Diddy Jr., if there's some truth to that? And I looked at his chart, and it shows that he prefers women, but he a freak. He a freak, all right? Most all Cancer risings with that Scorpio, especially if they have a placement there. Yeah, he's a freak. Basically, that Uranus in the 7th, in the 6th, and the 5th house means that he will do unconventional sexual things in a relationship. Okay? They do it multiple. Now, y'all try to figure out what inside his chart will really display that he's polygamous or that he wants more than one woman. Since the fact that he's a Capricorn, Cancer rising, Capricorn represents tradition and is sitting on his 7th house of long-term relationship. And his Saturn is in Virgo, another traditional sign. And I would say to you, okay, fine. This is not a long-term relationship he's in. These are women who he's in a short-term relationship. And if Uranus is sitting there, this means that he can have these freak offs or sexually these polygamous relationships based upon his chart. He needs a lot of freedom. He don't need to be tied down. The ideal is for him to be tied down, but according to his chart, with his Mercury conjunct Uranus, he don't need to be tied down. And in a chart, wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, y'all, is where you are the most private, where you are the most controlling, and where you are the most private. Okay? All right? Wherever Scorpio is in your chart, that's it. You don't want nobody to know about none of that stuff because that's your personal business. And you would try to control that. Nobody gets to see that. Nobody gets to know about that. All right? Nobody. All right? Just know that this is a part of your soul. Your character. As you play whatever house it's on, where you do not like nobody prying into your business. And we could see, based upon him talking to that TMZ interviewer, that he wasn't interested in having that conversation at all. He said, no, you do your own thing. I don't want nobody to follow what I say or what I do. What works for me may not work for you. All right. And that's that Mercury conjunct Uranus in Scorpio in the 5th house that have him to say that very loud and clear. Now, his progress chart, which is what I'll show you in a minute, has changed. All right. So that's also, like I tell you, that's the reason why that 5th house is the reason why he attracted this very toxic children's mother. As a matter of fact, she don't even have custody of her kids. That's right. Believe it or not, Neo has custody of his children. But she's in his house telling him, trying to expose him for the lifestyle that he has. And she don't even have control over the children. As you know, the Cancer rising. They're not having anybody having control over their kids. They want control over their children. That's because Scorpio, wherever Scorpio is, where you're the most controlling and where you are the most private. As you can see, there's no pictures of his children in that place. And that's because he don't want nobody in his business when it comes to his children. And that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, when you look at his progress chart, which I happen to have, he's now a Leo rising. Okay. That's why he's, bulking up, looking to physically fit even more so. And he has Aquarius sitting on his 7th house of long-term relationships. And he has Eros there. When Eros is sitting in the 7th house in the sign of Aquarius, these persons are very passionate about non-traditional relationships. Non-traditional relationships. Not only that, with Neptune being in the 5th house, this also means that there's no border. He doesn't want to be closed in. All right. There's no boundaries on what he wants to experience in his short-term relationships. He has also his sun there. So he's going to be shining. People are going to be like, yeah, don't worry. Neo is something. He's just doing his own thing. He got his own philosophy of spirituality. And that's really connected to the sun being in the sign of Sagittarius progressed there. Okay. So even though he wants a non-traditional, he still wants to traditionalize it. You see, his Venus is in Capricorn, but it's sitting in the 6th house. So he's still questioning the kind of relationship he'd want to have. And Neo, as you know, could be in when it's IC being in the 3rd house. And Libra is the reason why he tried to be very diplomatic about it, about his relationships, his polygamous relationship, obviously. So that's his chart, y'all. And I was just going to give you a little scoop of what I saw and what I felt. And, anything that's happening with him, I could just go back to his chart. I could see what's going to be happening in the future for him if I want to. If somebody want to tag Neo, we could take a look, because apparently he's very self-conscious and very spiritual in nature. I watched an interview while I was doing his, when I was studying and learning him, doing my research on him. It seemed as if he's a pretty in tune guy. So, I may tag him in this and tell him, hey, look, come on here, bro. Come on. Let's take a look. Let's have a conversation. It's either you do it now or you do it when I get to the United States. However you want to do it, we can just take a look and we'll see how it works. All right. Now, let's get to the Ask Astro. I know some of you guys have probably sent your Cash App. I think some of you. Let me check. All right. There you go. We got 2 folks. Let's take a look and see who these 2 persons are. All right, we got Chernice Liverpool. I think I have your chart, don't I? And then we got Elaine McQuarters. Now, I need you, Elaine McQuarters, to message me in my messenger. All right. Chernice Liverpool, is that you, LaShonda Jones? I want to know. Let me know that's you. And let me take a look at remember, message me in Messenger. I saw LaShonda's. And you said it's for your sister. Okay. Okay. So I got to write down her name. Let's get it. All right. Hope you don't, Nicole Wright. Nice to meet you, Nicole, if you're here with me, with us listening. Thank you for having your sister to guide you to me. All right. So now the date of birth is the 19th of February, 1973, born 4:46 a.m. Richmond, Virginia. One of my favorite places to come is to go. Is there. Richmond, Virginia. So let's pull up your chart and let's take a look. Let me share my screen so you can be able to look at your chart. All right. There you go. So let's look at this chart. Let's just look at it. You're gonna disappear me for a bit. I'm disappeared. Yeah, I'll just stay here. I'm not really stopping anything. Now, looking at this chart, one of the first questions you ask is, will a partner find me? What's going on? That's two questions in one. I swear to God, y'all be reaching. Because it seemed like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions for 3 questions. All right, y'all need to just give me one question. It said, will a partner find me? That's one question. What's going on with my love life? That's 2 questions. Am I in the right career path as a property manager? That's 3 questions. Will I see future promotion? That's 4 questions. Is my health okay? That's 5 questions. There's only 3 questions. So I would like for you to choose those 3. Okay, there you go. You say, I choose. Excellent. Thank you very much. Will a partner find me? How would we look at your chart and see what's going on with your love life? Will a partner find me? Let me tell you something, okay? And this is out of curiosity. This is my experience. There are a lot of men and good men inside your inboxes. It just so happened that you guys don't want those men. There are a lot of good men inside you, and there are a lot of freaks and creeps in your inboxes. It's very hard to distinguish. I know you don't want to bother with it and what have you, but that's possibly a 9-to-5 guy that just wants a wife and is very, very faithful. Doesn't want more than one woman, but apparently, you guys don't want them. They're sitting there looking and waiting for you to say hi back. Because for some apparent reason, they have this feeling that God has put in their spirit that you are their wife, that you are the person that is supposed to be in their life. But however, I don't know who's whispering in your ears. Probably, I don't know who's whispering in your ears saying, hey, that's I don't want him. I don't want him. That's what y'all be doing. I'm about to take it out. I don't feel as if that I feel as if y'all mates be finding y'all. Some of y'all are not interested in the mates that are finding you guys. That's on God. All right. So we're gonna talk to you. We're gonna look at your chart. We're gonna focus on what we see here in your chart. I was just spending some information. They don't good. Y'all. They sent it back. Give me another one. Y'all ain't nobody friend. Jeez. Y'all is icy cold. Anyway. Woo. This is good. Y'all funny as hell. So what's going on with my love life? Let's take a look at your progress chart to see what's been going on with your love life. And then I'm gonna look at your age harmonic chart to see, what to expect. Let's look at the age harmonic chart first. Let's see what's going on. Take a grip of what's going on with you. If this is your exact correct time of birth. All righty then. Okay, your 7th house ruler is sitting in your 6th house of work in the sign of Virgo. Ooh, okay. So what I see here is that it's a possibility that your long-term partner, you may meet them as a service or helping them, whatever this job may be, at work. Now, whenever I see Nessus there representing, I don't know if you can be able to see this, but Nessus represents generous or willing to help. And when your Nessus is conjunct your Juno, That's a clear indication that your long-term partner is going to be somebody who comes and floats through some sort of service you may provide or a job that you may be on, or possibly it could be a coworker. All these things are connected to the fact of your long-term partnership, and your Jupiter is sitting there, which means that this will also bring luck. All right, expansion. Virgo, according to my theory, is ruled by Chiron, and your Chiron is sitting in your first house in the sign of Aries, and that represents, you know, a very strong masculine man, somebody who seems to be, big or physically fit. He may come off as being obnoxious or somebody that's very direct. Based upon this, that what I'm looking at as pertaining to your chart, that is your Venus, which represents the things you enjoy, not necessarily your relationships. But your fifth house ruler, which is also in Leo, and your MC is there, and that normally indicates your career path is going to bring you towards somebody who you're going to be dating romantically. This person may come up to you directly. It's definitely a male energy, as you can see. Even the sun is conjunct your ascendant and is sitting in your first house, and that's the ruler of your fifth house. It's apparent that one of your partners or this partner, your love life, is closely connected for your long-term relationship, is closely connected to your job and your career. Okay. That's what I see here based upon this. That's based upon your age harmonic chart, that is. All right, let's go back to your natal chart. And we're going to go into your progress chart to see how it's looking. So that's what I see based upon that. What's going on with your love life? Your love life is connected towards your work or service, whatever you provide. And it looked like you possibly be turning the person down. Who knows? But I would be more open towards it. Okay? More open towards it. Second question. Am I on the right career path as a property manager? Will I see future promotions? As a property manager. All right, first and foremost, let's look at your natal chart then to see what you were set to do. And your 10th house has Libra on it. There's Uranus there. It has Pluto there. However, your MC, which represents like the career path, is in Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Your Pluto is in Libra again. And you say you're in property management. How about this? What if I tell you that that's not necessarily what your chart is saying? I don't really see that as a long term or what you set for yourself to be in this lifetime. It seems as if this was something you probably did in a previous lifetime. The reason why I say that is because your South Node has Cancer on it in the 7th house. And that's normally the placement of somebody who's, codependent, but also when the moon, the ruler of Cancer, is in Virgo in the 9th house. And that's clearly telling me that you manage or micromanage. So this is a trait that you naturally have that you could use as a career. However, it is not propelling you into what you're supposed to be doing. And what you're supposed to be doing is getting into the field of dealing with human beings, psychology, the mind, being that one of a counselor. The reason why I said this is because MC is sitting in Scorpio and it's ruled by Pluto. Pluto is in Libra. That brings balance and beauty. The reason why I say a counselor is because Libra is ruled by Juno, and you have Juno in the 12th house. So this deals with the subconscious mind. If I was you, I'll take up psychology or any kind of psychotherapy or anything that deals with dealing with people, any kind of psychology or sociology, anything that brings you in the light of helping other people to break old and very stagnant and toxic patterns. That's the career that your chart is showing based upon this. Your MC in your progress chart is in Capricorn, sitting in the 10th house. And Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And let's take a look at the circle in your Saturn. Your Saturn is in the third house of Gemini. So I wouldn't necessarily say that the career that you're in is supposed to be the career you stay in for the rest of your life. Doesn't show that. As a matter of fact, because wait, where's your Mercury? I want to follow the story. Your Mercury is in Pisces in 12 hours. Nah, you're not in the career. You already know. You're trying to show that you intuitively know that you're not in the right career path. But it's something that that can buy the time. You're using your past life gifts in order to say you're not in the right career. I told you where your career should be. Last but not least, is my health okay? Hmm. Based upon this natal chart, your natal chart, you have the sixth house, which represents, any kind of health issues that you may have. And you got Nessus there, part of fortune, Vesta, and the planet Saturn, which represent karma. All right. With the sign of Gemini right here on your sixth house of health, work, and service, the Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Your Mercury is sitting here in Pisces, and which brings us back to the planet Neptune, and your Neptune is in Sagittarius in the 12th house. And let's just say that anything that happens could be hidden for a very long time. Saturn normally represents the teeth, the knees, the skeletal system, skin. And with the Gemini being there, this could also representing joints. So this could bring on early a few things I've noticed from this placement. Arthritis could also take place early in life than anything. That could be in knee injuries, feeling of joint injuries based upon the fact that Saturn rules the joint to some degree. I mean, Gemini rules joints and also limbs. So that could be something that you may be having to deal with. Also, how you should handle this is you need to be in the ocean, in the sea. Find yourself in the ocean or any kind of body of water, dip inside of it, whether it be even cold baths could actually do very well, because when the ruler of your sixth house is sitting in Pisces, then you have to look through Pisces energy to heal. There's also things like psychedelics. I don't want to say that I promote psychedelics, but if you feel that magic mushrooms is the way to go, then that's what you could do. I mean, I'm just saying, this is just for entertainment purposes only. Do not sue me. Anyway, and that's what I see when it comes to your health. Now, your progress chart shows you a Virgo sitting there and Tauruo in Virgo. And that's normally the intestine, the gallbladder, the spleen. Those are connected to the large and the small and large intestines as well. So this could deal with your, digestive system, which could also be a problem if you don't take very good care of it. It could show up issues dealing with that as well. Inflamed, and I know that because Chiron is the ruler of Virgo, sitting in the first house in the sign of Aries, and there could be flare-ups that happens. You have to decrease your mucus intake. If I was you, I would literally try to be on an alkaline vegan diet as it pertains to now, and you just came into this placement. You're going to be like this for the next 24 years, so to speak. All right. That answers your questions. Thank you very much for choosing me to help guide you. I really appreciate the fact that you are here. Okay. All right. So what you do is, in order for you to find what you need, if you want to get your questions, you send $20 to Astro Einstein. It's the message pinned to the top. $ Astro Einstein. Then to my Facebook Messenger, which is Leslie Demetrio Brown with the blue check. You send your date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth, your real name, and your 3 questions, and we will get to you. All right. All right. You're very welcome, LaShonda. And listen, somebody's coming through your work. Somebody who you're probably dealing with is going to be like your partner. They're probably looking at you and saying, I really like this person's vibe. But you may need to open your eyes a bit more. Okay. All right. Next. And let me see who this next person is. The next person is I think that was Charnice Liverpool. Elaine. Oh, hey Elaine. Send me a message on Messenger. Let me see if I can find you. Make sure that you're my Facebook friend. Let me look through my spam messages to see if you are here. And if you're on my live, Elaine, then let me know. All right. Because I don't see your message. All right, let's see. Elaine. Come on, Elaine. You got to make sure I see your questions. I don't see it. So I got to move on to the next person until you are ready. Morel? Oh, okay. I see you. Morel, is this Carmel? Tasha Carmel? Is that you? All right. This is you. Okay. Excellent. So I got your information. Let me just pull your chart up. And this is Latasha, okay? URRELL. And your date of birth. Okay. Time of birth, 6:59 a.m. And you were born on Honolulu. Let me make sure I spell it. Oh, I spell it Honolulu. Honolulu. And let's grab this chart up. Let's see what's going on. Share my screen. You guys will be able to look. And voila. The chart. And Ms. Tasha, if you're listening, I think you are. Oh, what are we sending the $20 on Cash App? All right. So Tasha says, "Hey Astro, when the heck is my financial situation improving? It's been crazy. Is it a good time for me to start a new business, trucking, transportation related? And do you see a new kid coming in my chart? My old foster son is supposed to return, and I plan to adopt." Okay, that's really sweet of you. All right, let me look at another kind of chart. I'm going to pull up my other software. Okay, so excuse me a sec. And let me pull that up. We're going to pull up the financial astrology. So I'm going to have to put your chart and give you, and we're going to do another chart. Okay, so let me use my other software so we can get to this. Wait a goddamn minute. Where's my software? Oh, I thought I started it. Sorry, y'all. Oh my gosh, my software is crashing, y'all. No, absolutely not. Let's go to new list. Okay, there you go. I wonder why it was crashing. We got it now. Let's look at the window. And it don't want to share my series. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to share the screen. All right, so you can look at my screen. I'm going to share my software with you guys. All right, so let's put in your information. LATASHA MUREL. And don't feel any type of way that I'm putting your information here. They can't do anything with you at all. All right. Just want you to know, no fear. You were born 6:59 a.m. and you were born in Honolulu. Honolulu, Hawaii. You're definitely a female. We're going to save that. And we're going to look at your, what the, hold up. Hold up, y'all. My software is acting the fool. Oh boy, my software crashed, so we're gonna have to use my faithful Janice. Damn it, I gotta fix that. That's unfortunate. So, when the heck is my financial situation improving? It's been crazy. That's the question. So, your rising sign, Natasha Morel, it's Virgo. You have Sun there, conjunct Jupiter, but it's in Virgo. You have Juno conjunct that. And then you also have Saturn conjunct your ascendant. This is you got a lot going on. You got a lot going on here in the first house. You also have your Venus-Pluto midpoint sitting in the first house. And it really isn't conjunct anything. Sorry, let me put this film on. I'm just sorry, everything is falling. All right, and we're gonna look at the progress chart to see what's going on with your monies now. In your progress chart, you're now a Scorpio rising. You've been there for like a few years. Scorpio normally rules the other person's money, sex, death, regeneration, intensity, taxes, bills, the deeper things of life. Next to it is the second house. And the second house is where the money resides, where the money resides. And whatever you got in the second house will tell you how you can generate money or how you spend it, how you can attract it to you, or how it will go. And I believe you when you say your money situation has been crazy. Based upon your chart, what I'm looking at, it shows that you can find yourself spending impulsively. And the fact that your Virgo is, you have Virgo sitting here, your Jupiter, Jupiter is literally the ruler of your second house, and it's sitting in Virgo in the 11th house. That's a clear indication that there's some things going on, sugar. If you want your money to be stable, according to this, you can use the internet. But also, there's also things that you can use as well. And one of those things is manifestation. One of the first things that popped in my head is manifestation. You have Neptune, this kind of right here, sitting in the second house of money. Now, Neptune is the planet that rules dreams, and psychic ability, and intuition, and also self-undoing. It shows that you spend impulsively, or you might find yourself being the savior for people that you care about and love. And this could also be extended to your friends and co-workers. The fact that your Jupiter, the ruler of your second house, is sitting in the 11th house, which represents friends and associates, and then it's also sitting in Santa Virgo that rules work, or service, or even your own health. These are the areas and parameters that you may find yourself spending money. So this is why your money's up and down, and this is where it could possibly be based upon that. I'm just giving you what I'm seeing based upon what I'm looking at the chart. Now, how you can manifest it is you need to use your imagination. All right? We need to use your imagination. Wherever Neptune is where you can use imagination and create things out of nowhere. Okay? Now, this may sound crazy to you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Now, this may sound crazy to you. But you could also, believe it or not, okay. You could also find yourself, how should I put this? Wherever Mars is what you can use to manifest. And Mars is the planet of real sex. You could actually use sex in a way of manifesting whatever you want. I'm not talking about having sex with somebody else. I'm talking about you can do it with yourself, whatever it may be. Sounds very corny, but yeah, people talk in the spiritual community about sex magic, using candles and using your orgasm to experience some sort of. This is where you use your imagination based upon this. Don't shoot me. Let's get at it. Don't shoot me. Don't. I'm not trying to promote sexual activity. I'm just telling you based upon your chart. Also, with your Venus being widely conjunct Jupiter, you can use the internet. You could focus on some areas that deals with. I deal with health and service, and put it and promote it. Okay, but you cannot be a sucker for a sad story. You have to use your imagination to create what it is that you want. That's why your money is crazy. You're too much of a nice person. Believe it or not, that there is a thing. Second, it's a good time for me to start a new business, trucking, transportation related. Okay. Now that means we're getting into the third house and the 10th house. Because the 10th house tells you about like business that you can focus on. Okay. Now let's take a look. Going back and looking at your 10th house, you have your North Node sitting in the 10th house with your MC in 10th house in the sign of Leo. That means that whoever the sun is will bring information about what kind of business to focus on. And your sun is in Scorpio. I don't see how trucking comes into play, but let's take a look at your third house. And your third house has Capricorn there, which normally represents, because the third house could represent the kind of car you drive or kind of vehicles you have. And it means that the vehicles that you have or drive can be related to business. So you can feel led to do that. Well, because your Saturn, the ruler of your third house, is in Libra in the 12th house, this means that you need to submit to also a business partner. A business partner. Okay? In order for that to take off, in order for you to benefit from that, you need to do this business with somebody other than yourself. Or you may regret it. So let's take a look again. I'm going to look at your age harmonic chart and see if it's the right time. All right. And business wise, you have your MC is in your second house, conjunct Jupiter. Ooh, okay. And then your Pluto is sitting in your 10th house in Cancer. So when the second house ruler is sitting in the 10th house, that's a clear indication. You can proceed with it. Where's your moon? In the first house in Libra and conjunct Mars. However, there should be a connection to a business partner. It seems like this person will be a male or should be a male based on the fact that the Mars is conjunct the moon. Do you see kids coming in my chart? My oldest foster son is supposed to return and I plan to adopt. And do you mean kids like, do you mean a kids like you having born kids? I hope you don't. That's what you mean? I thought like when you're in your 40s, they call it like a geriatric pregnancy. Oh, okay. We say I keep Foster, no more biology. Okay, cool. Any more kids coming? Look at your natal chart. We look at your progress chart again. Okay. So the Scorpio rising, you have Cancer sitting on, sorry, not Cancer, Pisces sitting, thank you. You have Pisces sitting on your 5th house. That's a beautiful placement to be adopting, children. Pisces is ruled by Neptune. The sign Pisces right here on the 5th house is ruled by Neptune. And Neptune is sitting in the sign of Sagittarius, which represents a foreign child. Somebody who's not necessarily from here. So if you have an adoption that's coming, it seems as if this person could be from a different country, different walk of life. If you so decide on doing it, okay? That's what I see here. As you see, the 5th house is mostly empty, but the ruler is sitting in the 2nd house. So that could be. All right. Hope that answers your 3 questions. Thank you for choosing me to help guide you in this lifetime. Truly appreciate you for choosing me. Now, let me look at the Cash App to see who all is sent. As you know, I don't want to be all day. I know it sounds crazy, but I want to help, but I don't want to. Okay, so we have, damn. Elaine. All right, Elaine, Pretty Fly. Hey, Pretty Fly. I see you here. So we got Elaine, then we got Mia, Dor, Akio, Eddie, and Lily. But Elaine, send me a message on Messenger. Okay, I see it. I see your stuff. So let me put your chart up so we can have your chart. And let's see, your name is Elaine McQuarters. It's a cool name. They're the Feb 1959. Miss Elaine McCord, this is the only thing that's important. Your time of birth is one of the most important things that is needed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have to refund you your $20 because That's one of the most important things. And if you can't find your time of birth, you could book on my website a time rectification so I can rectify your time of birth. My integrity is I like to give accurate information. Okay. And I don't want to give you any false information. So, Miss Elaine, it's unfortunate, but I got to send that to you back. Apologize, but that's, that's how the cookie crumbles. Now, if you want to, you could go to my website and you can book a time rectification. That's $85. It takes me about 35 to 45 minutes to rectify your time of birth based upon events, based upon your physicality, based upon, your experiences. And yeah, that's $85. You'll have an estimated time, and that's as best and as accurate as I could possibly get it. All right, I just sent you your $20 back. Thank you very much. All right. And up next, Mia. All right. Did you message me on Messenger? All right. I see you, Miss Dora. Oh, that's so sweet of you. That's so really sweet of you. He's like, I'm married now. I's married now. I actually love my in-laws now. I can imagine you saying that. We had a rough start, but I love my mother-in-law. Aw, you are a rare commodity. And not only that, if your mom is like my mom, she, her and my mates, they are pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. So your date of birth is May 17th, 1988. Born 9:07 a.m. Born Philly. I will be in Philadelphia. All right. So this is your chart, Miador. First question. What is my career looking like over next year? And you said just started a business on the 29th of March, 2024 for children to help improve literacy and quality of life for children. Oh, that's really sweet of you. I will work with parents and children struggling in school, low grades. Oh, that's really sweet. You know what I mean? And it's pretty nice of you. That's actually very nice of you to want to do. And that's pretty cool. No. Next, what was my past life like? Because my current life is crazy as hell. It's beautiful though. I can admit. Yeah, that's pretty good. You just stated that you're married now. You know how much women never get a chance to be married? So I can imagine. And your third question, what do you see is unique about my chart? I have very vivid dreams every single night. I keep a dream journal. And several dreams tell me I was the chosen one. All right, the chosen one, Mia. We're going to call you the chosen one. Okay, so answering your first question. What is my career looking like over the next year? Let's look at the progress chart. You just say you have a new career, a new business. Beautiful. Excellent. And you're a married woman. That's great. Looking at your progress chart, you have Jupiter in your 10th house. Close the book. Say less. Jupiter in 10th house. And your MC is there. Let's see if you're out of the rocks. We got to look at the ruler of your MC, which is Taurus. And your Taurus is in Gemini, which rules education, information, knowledge, and it's conjunct Mercury, the ruler of it. And that shows that you chose in the right field, all right, and to be in a humanitarian way. Your Juno is also conjunct your Mercury in your Pisces, which means that it would even better if you had a partner to also do this with. Okay, which is pretty good. Like a partner don't have to be like a relationship partner, your marriage partner, but a friend or associate that can find the time and you can outsource certain things. I mean, based upon what I'm looking at. With your Jupiter sitting in your 10th house, there's nothing but blessings when it comes to your career, your business, and I think you should continue to push it. Your ascendant is in Leo. You are made right now at this point in time to be at, the top. The fact that your sun is sitting in the 12th house is the reason why you have very vivid dreams. The 12th house rules dreams and sleeping. As a matter of fact, it shows when sun is in the 12th house that you're a sleepyhead and you will find your time, to sleep. It may not have been like that all your whole life. But the fact of the matter is with the sun sitting in your 12th house now in Cancer, that you may have very clear and vivid dreams. And it's also connected to past life, but past lives that you've shared with people, partners. The reason why I say that is because the rule of your 12th house is the moon, and the moon is inside the sign of it. In Libra, which rules partners, partnership, relationship, long-term relationship, beauty and fashion, third house representing, the siblings, or also, to some degree, a lighter version of the 11 house of friends and associates. And yet Juno is sitting inside, which is the rule of Libra, is in 11th house in Gemini, conjunct Mercury, conjunct Venus. Clear indication to me that this all leads to the fact that your dreams and vivid visualization is connected to your past life, the most recent one based upon this progress chart, your natal chart, with the Mercury sitting in the 12th house. Wait, you're even in your natal chart itself as a Cancer rising is unbelievable. You have Venus there, Chiron there, Mercury there, Moon there. Your Sun, Moon, midpoint is there in the signs of dreams. And the reason why you dream so much is because you're an overthinker. And that's the only time that you can be able to receive psychic information is when your left brain shuts the hell up at night. So that's the reason why you have these clear, vivid dreams. You should actually write. You say you journal down, and that's pretty impressive. You should continue to journal because you could cash in and teach people about dreams based upon your Venus being conjunct Chiron and also your moon conjunct your Mercury. So if I was you, I'd focus on doing that. As a matter of fact, you should turn it into something that could educate people, and that would be another stream of income for you. Your past life, your most recent past life, with your 12th house having Mercury and your moon being there. You in your most recent lifetime, you were an educator, you were a teacher, and you sacrificed your life for the greater good, for people, for the people who you loved. Based upon this, you are going into the same past life that you did before. Being the moon conjunct Mercury, and Mercury being the ruler of your 12th house. And you have Chiron there, which represents the wounded healer sitting in the 12th house in Cancer. You were somebody who healed people through your words, through your knowledge, through your love and compassion. So, based upon this, you were an educator of children. So you were a teacher. Was it crazy? There ain't nothing else but a little crazy. Ain't nothing else but a little crazy. And that's because, to some degree, with South Node being in the third house in Virgo, that spells a chaotic mess. I mean, a chaotic, sorry, not chaotic mess, but organized chaos. Organized chaos is what I see with this. All right. What do you see is unique about my chart? I have very vivid dreams. Well, first to start off, you have a stellium in the 12th house. You're super psychic. You're super psychic. As a matter of fact, because your north node is conjunct Ceres and conjunct Eros, and your MCs and Pisces, you teaching and being very compassionate towards, sacrificing yourself for your career and for people. Still great. But those dreams and those visions that you have, you're supposed to be known for them. So don't keep them in the journal too long. It's time to push them out, or when you gather as much information as you could, then you go and teach about dreams. So in my dream self, I am the chosen one. Maybe you are. Maybe you are the one that is supposed to help people to understand their dreams and their visions. According to this, that could be possible. I hope I answered your 3 questions. Thank you for choosing me to help guide you in this lifetime. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Next, let's take a look. Let me go in the Cash App. And the next person is Ikoi Hediai. All right, so Akio, if you are here, say something. I need you to say something. Okay? Say something. All right, I spelled it. Akio. Okay. All right, my bad. I know I was gonna get it. You know what I mean? Oh, I see you. How you doing, sugar? Hope all is well. Let me put your information here. Do I have your information? All right. Let me see if I can find it. If I can find it, then we should be good. Okay, yo. Lord, I'm me. That made me remind me of DMX. Let me see if oh shit. My bad. Let me search. Let me search for the name first. All right, Akio, you got to send me the information. Okay, there you go. Thank you very much. I see it. I see it. Let me put your stuff up so we can have you right here. Akio, HEDIY. And you were born the 1st of October, 1991. And you were born at 2:47 a.m. and we're in Detroit, Michigan. All right. First question. Is there anything in my chart that can explain why I've been in a weird space spiritually? Second question. How can I get out of this weird blocked space that I have been in for a while? And 3, am I supposed to live a single life with lovers or have a life partner? I'm sure that's a question that many women would like the answer to. You know what I mean? But we're going to get to it. We're going to get to the answer to your questions. All right. I like these questions. They're pretty easy. So we're going to look at your progress chart to see what's been going on. You're a Leo rising. Your moon is in Cancer in the guess what? I want to say this to you. I've experienced this placement within a partnership. And let me tell you something, okay? I'm looking at your chart right now. According to your chart, you were your own worst enemy. And that you operate sometimes in that space. A lot of your emotions. I know that because the rule of your 12th house is sitting in 12th house and it's conjunct your South Node and it's conjunct Nemesis. To me, that means that you normally are in a weird space. And you may project it onto something or someone else. You may feel as if it's a family member that's, doing this to you, or your ties to your family or people who you've lived with before may be the reason why you're in this space. But I can assure you, that's not them. It's you. Nothing outside of yourself. Because the moon normally represents the inner, and it's conjunct your South Node. Okay? And that's what I see here based upon that. In your progress chart, let's see. So you're now a Virgo rising, and your 12th house has Leo on it. And Leo is ruled by the sun, and your sun is in sign of Scorpio, and it's conjunct Pallas and Mars in the third house. So basically, the reason why you've been in this funk for a bit, or this weird block space, is because you're blocking yourself. Negative frame of thoughts can be seen with people who are Virgo rising, because it's Pluto sitting on the third house. Okay. Now I'm gonna give you a young soul conversation. Most of the time when this placement is here, this could be either sibling or cousin, because Mars is sitting in the third house and Pluto's sitting there and Mercury sitting there. That may dibble or dabble in these sort of things. So you could feel as if it's somebody around you. Your suspicion is telling you that something or someone has been putting you in this space. But I want you to understand this. What I'm seeing here is that it's all you. It's all you. Reason why I said it, because on the 6th house of health or anything dealing with what you may feel is straining, you have Aries there. And Aries is ruled by Mars, and the Mars is in Scorpio, and it's conjunct your sun. So you could feel like it's a sibling or a friend or associate, but however, this is all of your negative thinking. You literally got to change your own perspective. The third house represents your thought process, the way you process information and things. And when there's a stellium in the third house, this is the overthinking moment. You do a lot of overthinking, and your mind goes to negative thoughts rather than a lot of positive. The third question is, am I supposed to live a single life with lovers or have a life partner? All right, just out of curiosity, just out of the chart, as a Leo rising, and with Saturn sitting in your 7th house, do you take long-term relationships very seriously? Now, Saturn in the 7th house don't play about relationships. However, there's normally two things that happen with Saturn in the 7th house in Aquarius. You either get married later on in life, meaning like marriage in your 40s going in 50s, or there is a restriction of marriage completely. According to your chart, in previous lifetimes, you got lost in your relationships or did not fulfill your purpose. 2 things you got lost in. One is your career, focusing on your health, and also you got lost in relationships and friends in previous lifetime. And in this lifetime, that is not a focus of yours. Most of the long-term relationships will last between 5 to 7 years. Then kaput. If it makes it between after the 7 years, then it goes from 12 to 14 years. Then kaput. All right. So are you supposed to be living a single life? No. You're supposed to be living a traditionally non-traditional relationship. That's what I see here based upon this. Just enjoy your life. Do not put the heavy responsibility of what all women think they need to have, which is marriage, in a traditional sense. Once you have people that love you and care for you and adore you, any kind of names or titles does not matter. All right. Thank you for choosing me to help guide you in this lifetime. I appreciate you for that. All right. You say you haven't been. Okay. All right. Next is one more person. And that last person that I see here, I hope it's the last person, is Lee. All right. All right. So, Lily, I want to bring you on. So I'm going to copy this. If you're open to coming on my stream, that'd be perfect. I'd appreciate that. So let me copy. And I'm going to message you. I'm going to message you a messenger. And if you feel that you can come on and talk, then let's have a conversation about your chart. I know you're not camera shy, so we definitely gonna make it happen. Hey. All right, Lily. I just sent you the link. Come on the link and let's chat about it. Let's talk about it in person. Just come on and we'll answer your questions live. You'll be a feature in my live today. You're very welcome, Akio. All right, so let me look. And the questions are, question number 1, will I meet my spouse, husband? I'm having a hard time with commitment. 2, when or what year will be my financial breakthrough that will break generational curses and leave behind wealth for my children. I just sent you the link, August Lee. You just click the link, sign up, and I'll bring you on. That's the only way I can bring you on. I just sent it to your message. And last question. How many kids will I have this lifetime? Do you see any near pregnancy this year? Y'all is be masking 4 questions as opposed to 1 sometimes. I'd be like, you got to give me 1 of those questions. You feel me? Don't try to trick me with 4 and 5 questions.
I'm trying to think of 4 or 5 questions that I did. Yeah.
All right, I got you on. What's good, Lee?
How do you do this?
Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Say hey.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, this is new.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, what's good? How you doing?
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I thought you couldn't hear me. I was like, why come I can't see? Like, what?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
So this whole time, everybody was like on the live with you, who you was reading?
No, they weren't on the live with me. You're the first person for today who I'm bringing on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
How you doing?
I'm blessed and highly flavored. The flavor that I have today is curry.
Is that right? Curry chicken.
Yeah, it's a curry. So anyway, I think I definitely have your chart, so I will go ahead and pull that up.
Okay. No wonder why you didn't want to come outside. That dog is crazy.
Y'all got a dog?
I'm at my sister's house, so I'm on her balcony, and it's a dog next door to her going crazy.
All right.
So if you can hear me, can you see me?
No, I only can see it's the silhouette of your.
My silhouette? Oh, okay. Well, I'm here.
Yeah, if you had your camera on, then it would probably.
Oh, I should have put my camera on when I first joined, but it's okay.
All right. So your first question is, when will I meet my spouse? Correct?
Yep.
When will I meet my spouse? And when you say spouse, this confuses me about. And excuse me while I take a little bite of my chicken, because
No, you're fine. Because I'm here to join a couple of times while you doing this. What? I'm very transparent.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
How much relationship have you been in before?
How many relationships have I been in the past?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It doesn't say that in the chart. It doesn't.
I'm asking you.
Well, I'm 27, so I've met a lot of people this lifetime, but
Do you consider the people to be your spouse?
See, that's a real difficult question because I really believe that everybody who I interact with has some type of connection with me, but I don't consider them to be a spouse. It's just I'm there to guide them during this specific moment in our lifetime. But I never met a soulmate that somebody's like on the same level as me as far
Well,
as thinking and knowledge wise.
okay, but I want you to understand that they were all your soulmates.
Oh, well, I have a lot because I've been here before, so I have a lot.
Mm-hmm. We've been here millions of times. You're an old soul.
Yes.
That means that you're looking for a particular person that is going to be the all and all, meaning that you end your life with this person, correct? That's what you want to.
Yeah, just one person, just one person.
Well, I just have a question for you.
Okay, I like questions.
Mm-hmm. Question: do you feel as if you've lived like 10 lifetimes or 100?
I feel like I live more than 100.
Or a million of lifetimes?
Like millions. But I feel like this might be my last one here.
Okay.
I don't want to come
If
off.
you feel as if this is your last one here, which I truly don't believe that. Not based upon what I'm looking at, not based upon your chart with all these retrogrades here, unless you rectify these things. I don't think this is going to be your last lifetime.
What's a retrograde?
Retrograde is when, from you looking at from the Earth perspective and looking up into the sky, it looks as if the planet is going backwards, but really and truly, it's just slowing down its speed, and the other planets are picking up. So it's just like when you passing a car on the highway, and it looks like the car is going backwards, but you're just moving faster than the car.
Yeah.
That's what the planet looks. And what happens with that is, in esoteric astrology, this shows, karmic astrology,
Mm.
that you are redoing something from a previous lifetime that you need to do over.
Amend.
It's a redo.
Yeah.
And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of those.
wow. In what areas?
Different areas, like I said. And well, we're gonna get to that. North Node and South Node I wouldn't really count as retrograde. They're normally in retrograde most of the time, and so is Black Moon Lilith. So I would say maybe about 7 or 8 of them is retrograde planets for you, or an asteroid. So I won't say that this is your last time here. I would say that you would work towards it being your last time, but you
Yeah, I
got
do look
all
forward.
stuff to deal with. Right. So anyway, I want to answer your question about partner. What I was trying to say to you is that what makes you think that you have got rid of all of the karmic relationships that you had in all those millions of lifetimes? You feel as if your last boyfriend or partner was the last one?
Well, when I say I want to meet my husband, I'm not saying that he might be the last one. I'm
Okay,
just ready for my person.
okay, because I
It
want you
gets a
to
little
understand.
lonely and boring sometimes.
I understand. I
Yeah.
also want you to know that it's a possibility that the husband or long-term partner that you're looking for, based upon what I'm looking at, will also have some issues that you have to deal with as well.
Lord
Um,
Jesus. Don't
so
they
I
all?
mean, and you're looking for the one and all, and I don't like to mess people's dream. I like to say that's an easy word than say delusion. Um, I don't like
I'm
to
not
mess
looking
with it.
for a one at all. I'm just looking for my person. We can work through the other stuff.
Okay,
That's
all right.
cool. I'm just
Okay,
looking for
I'm fine for
company, I could
that.
say.
All right, so I'm
Very.
looking at the progress chart, and to answer your first question, when will I meet my spouse?
When will I meet my spouse?
You're adamant about that too. Like, when will I meet and
Yeah,
tell
because I
me?
know, like, golly, I'm tired of, the
What are you
games.
tired of? Tell me.
I'm tired
Of
of
what?
dealing with the others, I guess I could say. I done really got really picky where now I don't talk to nobody. But it's like, I just want that one person I can just have sexual connection with, friendship
You're
relationship with,
right.
instead of just,
A
yeah,
bunch of like they had to say a bunch of fuck boys. You just don't want.
yeah,
I
pretty
understand.
much.
I get it. I understand. I'm sure everybody here understand where you're coming from.
Yes,
Let me
hopefully.
use this transit here. 1 second. Okay, I can use this. All right. Looking at your natal chart, Juno is transiting your Chiron, and it also was also conjunct your Mercury. And it seems as if there's especially sitting in the ninth house, your Mercury conjunct Juno, um, to me, sort of, especially in the ninth house, shows that you may be in direct contact with a particular person.
I figured.
And because it's in the ninth house, this person could be a leader. And inside the sign of Aries, a leader, uh, and then Mars which is the ruler of Aries, is in the 12th house. It could be a very loving, compassionate person who is definitely spiritually minded. And then the Juno in the ninth house rules foreign places, foreign cultures. They may have a philosophical background, or they may have also a, um, a different ethnic background, maybe from a different country, different culture, different walk of life.
Wow. It really says that.
All right. So with your Dark Moon Lilith conjunct your South Node. This conjunct what do I see? With your Chiron, but the Chiron conjunct your Dark Moon Lilith and conjunct your South Node. It seemed like this relationship is going to come to bring a sort of healing energy towards you, especially when it comes to knowledge around relationships. All
Okay.
right, this is a relearning of what you've already learned, and because Eros is conjunct your IC, it sort of makes a sort of a, how should I put it, a sort of a passion and a need to make a home or be in a home in connection with your partner, so to speak. So actually, you're probably in connection or communicating with that person uh, right now, based upon Juno being conjunct your Mercury.
Thank you.
So that's one. That's one answer. Uh,
Okay.
I don't know if y'all could have seen that. Y'all couldn't see that wheel just now, could you?
I can't see anything.
Okay. Sorry, sorry, everybody. I was just looking at I
Okay.
don't know anybody could have seen what I was looking at. All right. The next question: when or what year will I be financially? Will I?
Capable. Like, when would I be financially capable to like cause that breakthrough for like generational curses and stuff and leave like generational wealth and sort of saying?
I
Will it
know
be this lifetime?
based upon your chart, you have Saturn sitting in your second house in your progress chart, and Saturn normally represents restriction. The second house normally represents um it represents money, assets, finances, the way you receive money, the way you spend it, the way you know understand it. And you also have South Node there,
Yeah.
and it's conjunct Saturn. At this point in time, the reason why you're experiencing what you're experiencing is because of you being very impulsive in previous lifetimes at this point in time and spending money very
Yeah.
frivolously,
Yes.
spending it on an indulgence, so to speak. And also, according to this, because your your um your Mars is in the fifth house and it's conjunct Venus. According to this, you spent your money crazily on relationships in previous lifetimes at this very moment in time.
That is so funny to me because
Mm,
yes, I don't
mm.
mind. Like, they call it tricking in the United States,
Yeah,
but I say it ain't tricking if you got it.
yeah. Well, according to this chart, you're basically reaping the rewards of that past life karmic.
Okay, I don't like being vulnerable like this. Like, okay, I get it. I get it. Okay.
All right. So this is going to be a little while, but according to this, you as you get older, it will be around in your late what how much more years you got in this? Okay, so your ascendant Pisces will be in your second house. According to this, um, you got maybe about, because this is one of the smallest houses. So your ascendant zooms through this quickly. So it may be about 10 more years, 12 more years.
How mercy.
And then you'll be um an Aries rising,
Mm.
and you'd have Taurus on your second house of money, and then you'd have Venus in Cancer, and it just basically shows that maybe 5-10 years from now, you're gonna don't have to worry about money at all for a very long time, because you will be in connection or in partnership with a person that's going to make sure that your family is well taken care of.
Okay, okay. All right. Is it me
Question
or is
number
it getting
three.
hot? Like, oh my God.
Question number three. How many kids will I have this lifetime? How many kids
How
do you
many?
have now?
I have two alive.
You have two kids alive,
Yes.
which means that,
They're alive and they're well.
and you've had any kind of miscarriages or abortions?
Mm,
Huh?
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Don't feel bad. I'm looking at your chart. You have dark
Yeah,
moon
but we're
lily.
on live, so yeah, I'm just gonna leave
You
it
have
at that.
sorry. What I mean to say is that you have Mars and Cancer there, and I understand why you just didn't want to say it out loud. And I apologize if it seemed insensitive. It just
No, it's
it
not
seems
insensitive. It's just that I'm a very like people can't figure me out, and I don't
yeah.
like putting information out like that.
Yeah, I understand. I got you though. You know that if it's one thing I could do is figure out people.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
And based upon this, it's showing that where's the ruler of your in the 10th house in conjunct your MC. If it doesn't happen between now and the next maybe 9 months, 10 months,
Wow. What?
then it possibly won't happen for the next 2.5 years after that.
Good. Good. You talking about pregnancy, right?
Yes, I'm talking about
Now
pregnancy.
in the 9 months, I'm being abstinent. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's the answers to your 3 questions. I want to
Thank
thank you
you.
for choosing me. Thank you for coming on so we could, hear your voice and I could talk about
Of
it.
course. Thank you so much. You have a great day.
All right, you too. All right. All right. All right, y'all. That was oh gosh, I haven't one more. Okay. I think it's Taisha Phoenix. I think you sent your money. This will be the last one I'll be doing for now. I need for you to send your message to me so I could be able to get your questions, your information. So I don't know if you sent it. I'm trying to see if it's loading. Oh, pin next. All right. I see Shay, yes. All right. All right. I see your stuff. Pinix. All right. My bad. You know, I'm thinking Phoenix. All right. So that's Taija. Pinix. And you were born the 30th of October. Well, there's a lot of October people. 1995. That's it. If you send anybody else any more money, I would consider that donation. All right. That's just want you to know. If you send any more money, I'll be considered a donation. You have to wait until tomorrow in order for me to do an Ask Astro with you. 10:15 p.m. and born Brooklyn, New York. All right. Kings County. All right. The first question is, will I ever find love again? Oh, will I have more children? Question number 2. What is the most important aspect of my life at this point in time? All right, Miss Taisha. Sorry. Thank you for choosing me to help with this question. I think that's pretty cool that you chose me for this. All right, you're a Cancer rising. Let me share the screen so you can look at what I'm looking at. All right. So the question is, will I ever find love again? I'd say yeah, but you're a whole Cancer rising sugar. You're on the 29 degree, 57 minutes. Any Cancer rising, one thing they are pretty good at is SEX, and then you are Scorpio, Sun, Venus, Tauruo, Pluto. Now, one thing you could definitely got is sex appeal. That's a natural talent and skill of a Cancer rising. Like we just mentioned, we looked at Neo. Neo has sex appeal because of his Cancer rising. All right, there's one thing that you guys are great at is the intensity of attracting short-term relationships. You will find love. As a matter of fact, it's going to be there. However, it's very karmic. Almost every single one of yours is karmic. You have Neptune and you have Uranus sitting conjunct your descendant. You also have Bacchus and Juno there. Bacchus in its 7th house normally creates an addiction towards traditional relationship, meaning wanting a relationship that's marriage or long-term commitment. You also have Neptune there and Uranus there. That's normally hardship there. Even if you do get married at this point in time, if you do, you may be faced with, especially at your age, at divorce before the age of 38, between 38 and 42. However, your North Node here is in Libra, and it's conjunct Ceres and conjunct Mercury. And what I see based upon this is that you are going to be married in this lifetime. Yep. You are going to find love again. Let's look at your progress chart to see. Because based upon this, one of your purposes is to survive, to be in a long-term commitment, a marriage, partnership, and live with that particular person and understand them in a traditional sense. Remember, this happened, which I can tell you right now. You're now progressing to being a Leo rising. So being in the spotlight, wearing flashy clothes or clothing that shocks people or make people feel as if, they're just a part of the Aquarius being on the 7th house. You also have your moon there. Your moon is conjunct your descendant. Not widely, but it's sort of, I would consider leaving the sign of Aquarius going into Pisces. So you feel the need to have these relationships, but according to this, if you make it traditional, it's going to have still its ups and downs. It won't be as stable as you'd like for it to be. Okay. There's also going to be delusion, because whenever the ruler of the 7th house is conjunct Neptune, that's a clear indication that there's going to be lies and deception. If you were to get married, this person, you probably won't know who they are until later on. This person may be either focused on drugs, alcohol, or they just may have a missing part of their life that they would never, ever include you in. So trying to find this long-term relationship, you're going to find love. You're going to find many of them. As a matter of fact, that's one thing that you are not short of, is finding short-term relationships. All right. And at this point in time, if you do get it traditionally, it's going to last between 5 to 7 years, the same way we looked at the rectification chart earlier. Well, I have more children. Well, with your progress chart having Sun and still in the 5th house, Mercury there, Jupiter there, Mars there, but you also have Pluto there. I would say there's a possibility for you having more kids. As a matter of fact, it is very, very strong. Whenever the ruler of the 5th house is sitting in the 5th house, and that 5th house is a planet like Jupiter, that represents expansion. And there could possibly be other kids coming for sure. Third question. What is my most important aspect of my life? So we're going to look at your natal chart for that. And your most important aspect of your life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. The most important aspect of your life has to do with your North Node, sitting in your 4th house. In previous lifetimes, you were more selfish. You were more focused on your career. You're more focused on being in these streets, being known, being one of the person that's free spirited and free to do whatever you want sexually. And even when it comes to work, according to your previous lifetime, that's what you did. You didn't give a crap about marriage or long-term relationships or commitments because you were more focused on being the boss bitch. In this lifetime, however, your purpose in this lifetime is to survive and be the perfect partner, somebody that sits behind the scenes, that does not have to force themselves and be such a strong and aggressive energy. You're here to be more diplomatic and to be focused on being nurturing of your partner and being a helpmate in this lifetime. That's what I see here based upon your chart, based on what I looked at. And yeah, so that's what I see. Thank you very much for choosing me to help guide you in this lifetime. I truly appreciate you for that. All right, let me take a look. All right, like I said, anybody sends any more money, any more today, I'm going to consider your money a donation. All right, so I see we have Shay yes. Shay yes. Did I pronounce that right? Shay yes. All right. Shay yes, if you are here, I saw that you sent me a donation for your not donation for your 3 questions. And I'm gonna need you to send me a message. Sorry, I see that you sent me your message. I don't see your donation. Oh, no problem, Taisha Duran. I appreciate you for choosing me. Oh, you don't want me to say the name to the bottom. Okay, I won't. I won't. But I don't see where you said did you send the cash out? That's what I want to know. That was you sent the cash out. And I need did you give your time of birth? All right. If you send the cash out and proof of that cash out, then we could go. All right. Who is it? Come on now. Are you here? I need you to send that thing. Let me message you so you can see what I mean. Thank you guys for actually being here. I appreciate y'all. And then Ms. Dior, if you can't provide that thing, we're gonna have to put it off until tomorrow. I need that ASAP. Okay, I guess we'll have to wrap this up until tomorrow. All right, guys. So if you guys, like I said, if you want to book a natal chart reading, you can book me at Astro, ASTRO dash EINSTEIN.com. That's Astro-Einstein.com. If you want your one-on-one, you could book a natal chart reading. Okay, natal chart reading, not natal chart report, natal chart reading. All right. Okay, and for that last person who sent the $20, just come on tomorrow. That's Shiva Body Elements. I got you. Just message me tomorrow. I mean, when we're on, I got you to be the first in line. All right, guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. You get it anywhere, but you choose to be here with me. I appreciate that. Last question: which Hemisync to work with to prep your sessions? There are so many. There's going to be one that says 3 years old. The one that's 3 years old is the real one to use. All right. The 3-year-old one. All right. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night. And good night.